So I recently got an email asking me what I think of this new Jada Pinkett Smith Cleopatra movie from Netflix, or maybe it's a fucking show, whatever it is. Whoever sent me this email clearly has not watched too many of my videos, because if you watch my videos, you know, I don't give a shit about whatever the new hot-ass controversy is off the assembly line. I don't give a shit. You know, there's so many fucking idiot reviewers just falling for this obvious, really obvious pandering culture war bait bullshit. Critical Drinker and Sargon of Akkad and frickin' Echo Chamberlain and shit. All these lackluster review channels that only put out competent videos about half the time when they're not focusing on this obvious culture war bait bullshit. They're all gonna fall to pieces about the new Cleopatra show, and you're gonna go, holy shit, guys, the new Cleopatra show. Cleopatra's black. Cleopatra wasn't black, guys. They're trying to rewrite history. Oh no, the problem isn't that Netflix is like the worst content farm in human history, and they just churn out low-level garbage tier schlock year in and year out and make obscene profits off this extremely corrupt business model that ultimately produces nothing of value. And their monopolization of the entertainment industry is killed off like locally funded public access stations and small film studios and independent voices of human expression. Now that's not the problem. The problem is that they're making a movie where Cleopatra is black. She wasn't black, guys. This is wrong. Oh yeah, you know this historic figure who died like 2,000 fucking years ago and who historians have been arguing about the exact race of for literal centuries at this point? She can be portrayed as nothing but white. It's not like since the invention of cinema she's been portrayed by like an extremely diverse array of actresses of all races and nationalities, because nobody actually knows what race she was. And given that in the Eurasian continent and Africa to an extent there was so much race mixing going on before the invention of white supremacy, that Cleopatra was probably a Mediterranean half-bred mongrel with like olive-toned skin that the modern person would not recognize as white. Oh, this real history, no, we've got to replace it with this culture war bullshit where we pretend like Cleopatra was literally just Elizabeth Taylor. Oh, what's next? Are we gonna make a movie where Jesus is black or Jesus is Jewish or something? Everyone knows he was a pale-skinned, Nordic-looking blonde man. Yeah, Jesus totally didn't live in Israel or something. He was a European. I can see it now. Sargon of Akkad starts up his video and he's like, hey guys, today we're going to talk about the problem of the black lady being Cleopatra and how Cleopatra was actually white and how this is an erasure of real history and they're trying to brainwash you. No, the problem isn't that an entire indigenous faith with cool gods like Osiris and Ra has been destroyed by the onslaught of Islam against the Egyptian people, and the Ottoman people aren't even allowed to make so much as a goddamn fez hat in modern Egypt. No, the problem isn't that an entire country has been whitewashed under Islamic and Judeo-Christian hegemony and transformed into a monotheistic dictatorship. That's not a problem at all that Egypt has abandoned its indigenous culture and heritage, and the average person these days doesn't recognize that Egypt is, traditionally speaking, a black country because it's in the middle of fucking Africa, and everyone there, in ancient times anyway, would have extremely high amounts of melanin to cope with the intense heat in the Nile Crescent. No, the issue is that a black woman is playing Cleopatra. I mean, wow guys, you can't write this shit. Can you believe this? That Cleopatra may not have been Elizabeth Taylor and she might have looked more black than white or something? Holy shit guys, Netflix is really screwing up on this one, man. Sargon of Akkad and all these other culture warriors are really gonna prove Netflix wrong, man. They're really gonna show Netflix up. They're not gonna cancel their Netflix subscription, mind you, because then they couldn't keep up with all this hot new Netflix content and get it shoveled into their eye sockets. But damn it, they're gonna make a couple angry ass videos about it and show Netflix what for. But they're not gonna cancel their Netflix subscription, because then they'd have to just watch movies on VHS. Like, yeah, whoever sent me that stupid email, like, hey Nick, what do you think about the new Cleopatra thing? What do you think about the new Cleopatra thing? I don't fucking give a shit. The problem isn't that Netflix casts a black woman or a woman or whatever. The problem is Netflix makes ass content. Same with like Black Panther or Captain Marvel or whatever. The problem isn't it's diverse. Movies should be diverse. The problem is that Marvel makes ass. It's just gonna make ass. It can't make a good movie with a woman. Can't make a good movie with a man. Can't make jack shit worth talking about. And I don't care. I don't give a shit. Do I care about this new Cleopatra movie? No. Just watch the Liz Taylor one. Watch the Theta Vera one. They both exist. You could just watch both of them and just cancel your Netflix subscription. They're better, so just don't watch this one. Who gives a shit? I don't care. Shit, I shouldn't have even made this video, because I literally could give less of a shit.